we're going to impose a Christmas song on you. We had so much fun doing Christmas, and we just wanted to do one more. Before we do that, though, I would like you to meet all the members of the group and have them just share a tiny bit of what they've been doing all these years. I have to attribute these people and some other students here at Baptist Bible College for the profession I'm in now. I work in the counseling profession. Really. It all started on those long bus rides home back to Springfield when these students and others would start really talking about their lives, and I got so interested. When I first came to teach here, my focus was being the best classroom teacher I could be and teaching music and all of that, and it really shifted to becoming interested in the lives of the students. And long story short, I went off to graduate school, and now I do counseling all the time at a Christian counseling place here in town. And I have enjoyed staying busy in church music. It's just a wonderful thing to get to continue to share. And one thread that runs through this group, no matter whether they've gone into full-time ministry or not, they've all stayed connected with their local church, and they've all ministered through their local church. So I'd like each of them to just kind of file down here, share just a tiny bit of what they've been doing, and then we'll sing one more song for you and get you in the Christmas spirit. So.
Well, I'm Carol Miller-Loya, and Kathy has been an inspiration to me all these years. I, with my husband, went to Costa Rica as missionaries. We were BBFI missionaries for 14 and a half years, where 5 of our children were born, and we experienced God's blessing on our ministry. And then when we returned to the States, we did go to graduate school and went through all the hoops to become licensed professional counselors, and we have a counseling center here in Springfield called Not Your Ordinary Therapist. And so if you know of anyone here in town that might need that. And Kathy has been such an inspiration in my journey as I did work under her in my preparation, not only here at BBC but in the counseling field. And the Lord has done marvelous things in our lives with our 7 children and in our ministry. And so I'm just thankful to have this opportunity to kind of go back in time and share it with you all. Thank you.
My name is Pam Finch Jeffers. Came to BBC in 75 to 79. Met my husband Dan Jeffers. He's a pastor in St. Petersburg, Florida. The Lord has really blessed our ministries, and He's blessed us with 3 children. Our son John is now here at BBC. He's running the soundboard and travels with Breakaway. And our oldest daughter graduated from BBC, so just a deep heritage and a love for this school, and it has just been so wonderful to be back here with Kathy and all the girls.
I'm Joy Cravens from Tyler, Texas. When I came to BBC, I was majoring in music, looking for a music director or a youth pastor to marry. I didn't find him. He must have lost his way to school at that time. So I went to Plan B. I think it was God's Plan A all the time, but it was my Plan B. Ended back up at my home church in Tyler and got involved in the music ministry, teaching Sunday school, leading the kids choir for 20 years. I have piano students, but it all started at BBC. And I want to stress to you that are in ministry how important that is, but there's nothing like having good, faithful lay people in the church. And when I was here at BBC at High Street, there were so many good, strong examples of good businessmen and women that mentored us in our Harvesters class, and were such good examples for us. And so I didn't realize I was going to become one of those. But now I just love giving kids and young adults the opportunity to see if they have music talents, to see if it might go further, or just they can use it in the local church. And that's what I enjoy doing. Kathy was my piano teacher my first year here and got me started. Well, we can't go into that, but she was such a blessing. And one time she told me it was just her job. Well, it wasn't, because she mentored me in her life and her example. And through the years, I've seen that through her ups and downs, she's still faithful. Then Bud Everett was my teacher when I finished with Kathy. And it wasn't just the music lessons, it was their life lessons, the Bolins. And for me to, I have a sister and brother-in-law that graduated from BBC and 3 nephews that graduated from BBC, and all their spouses did. So I've been able to come back through the years and see them. But BBC is such a strong part of my life. I think about it every day because I use what I learned there every day when I'm teaching piano or whatever. I'll tell them about my piano teacher that had long fingers and had this reach that I just couldn't believe. I still talk about that. Anyway, thank you for having us back. Hopefully you'll have us back again sometime. We'll try to bring some more of them, and I appreciate it.
Hello, my name is Krista Robertson Ryan, and I have a rich heritage here at BBC. My mom and dad were in college here with Jerry Falwell, and he was the classmate that they had the transcripts about last night, so we knew about all those tricks that was on his record. And my mother blames me for the reason she didn't graduate, because I was born here in Springfield her second year at college. And then they had 3 other children, and all 4 of us are graduates of BBC. So when we were ready to go to college, we had, Dad said, do you want to go to BBC or BBC or BBC? So we chose BBC, and I would not have chosen any place else. I have lifetime friends, and when I look on Facebook and every place, what amazes me is what your president said last night. These people are still serving the Lord. The percentage of people that came here and got trained here are still out there serving the Lord, and that's just amazing because so many fall by the wayside. And I'm so blessed to be a graduate here. Kathy is one of my heroes, heroines, mentors. I would sit there and just say, I want to be like Kathy when I grow up. And so she gave me piano lessons, and I don't play the piano like Kathy, and I want to play the guitar like her, and she knew Spanish, and she was just, wow, to look up at her, like she was only, what, 4 years older than us? And she was our teacher. And then we traveled. She took us on a trip, and we traveled the East Coast. Liberty Bells did. We sang on the Capitol steps, and we just have so many good memories here. And what an influence the school has made on our lives. I was the first graduating class in the elementary education program. I know I'm dating myself, and one of the first student teachers at Robertson Elementary, and I still remember that. And the teachers here were just fantastic, as I know they are now. Currently, I'm still teaching over the years. And this is the first time I've been back here in 34 years, so it's very surreal to be here on the campus. And I taught for several years, went back to Tennessee Temple University to get my graduate degree. I would have come here, but they didn't have the graduate program at the time. And have been in educational administration, teaching education for the rest of my time. And I truly enjoy the good education I got from BBC. Thanks for having us.
Hello, I'm Cindy Hughes-Lyons, and I came in 1974. We were the first group, and we were with the blue dresses and chokers, and, you know, we go by what we wore, you know, what year were you? But it's been fun to get back together and to sing, and like everyone has expressed, being in this singing group was not just singing and being in a group, it was experiencing, I think, my first taste of real worship. And Kathy taught us how to do that. And oh, Kathy just had such an influence on all of us. And we've all gone on to serve the Lord, but we've used everything that she has taught us. BBC has certainly been a huge part of that. And we served as missionaries for 20 years, and now we're at High Street Baptist and just continuing to serve the Lord. Want to serve the Lord until we die. So nice to be here.
Good morning, I'm Janet Johnson O'Rear, and I came in 77, and then that's the year I was with Liberty Bells, and then I sat out a year, and then came back, and when I came back I met my husband David, who was so kind to come with me on this trip. When David and I graduated from here, we did our master's work at SMS, and then we moved to Miami, Florida. My older brother, Russell Johnson, was pastor of a church. And together with the church, we started a ministry called LAMP International, looking after missionary personnel. And we would just do a lot of errands and documents and logistics for missionaries. And so we've been doing that for 20-something years, I guess 25 years now that we've been in Miami. And about 16 years ago, we were on the ground floor of another component of all that, which was sending high school and some college kids to missions trips around the world, which was time. teens and missions evangelism, which didn't start with us, but we were on the ground floor, and then a few years after it started, it moved to our church, became the host church. And that has really complemented so well what we do with LAMP and servicing the missionaries, but then with time, we've seen over the last 16 years, we've just taken hundreds of kids from a lot of churches that can't do their own missions trips, they send them to us, and then we put them together, and we've done like 35 countries and nearly 100 teams, and that is just really great in my life to see. I kind of mentioned that last night, how God doesn't waste anything in your life. He just keeps adding whatever you grew up with, whatever hurts, whatever joys. If you're willing to serve Him, He just keeps tying all that together. So that's where we are. We're still serving in Miami and hope we are there, like she said, till we die. So we love it there, and thank you again for having us.
I'm Nancy Sullins-Law. I married Ross Law. He's sitting down front. We have been in ministry since we left BBC, but me, unlike all of these girls that got their bachelor degree, I got my MRS degree. When Ross and I decided to get married, I didn't stay to graduate, but I got a good thing. We've been in ministry since we left here. We went as youth ministers to a church in Tallahassee, Florida. We were there 3.5 years, and then we went to Denver, and we were with Billy Ham for a little over 11 years. Now we are in Longview, Texas. Ross is Minister of Worship and Education, and I'm Director of Women's Ministry. I also work at Kilgore College. Any of y'all heard of the Rangerettes? You know, that kick way too high? That's where I work. I'm Administrative Assistant to the President. The Lord has blessed our lives tremendously. We have 4 sons. We actually had 4 teenage boys at one time. So that was a ministry in itself. I learned to be really tough. I told them they may be bigger, but I'm meaner. So we are very blessed. 3 of our sons are in full-time ministry. One son is in the retail business, but he is involved in ministry in his church, he and his whole family. So we are very blessed. We have 3 granddaughters and 1 grandson. And BBC was a great place for us. We loved it here. We have great, great memories. And being with Kathy and Liberty Bells, it was wonderful. She had such an influence on all of our lives. And we appreciate y'all having us. Thank you.
My name is Martha Moore Carter. I and my 2 older brothers attended BBC in the 70s. And since BBC, I have been a church pianist or on staff or taught in the public school and at SMS here, and just had various jobs, but it's all been around education and music. And when people talk about all their memories from BBC, I can't tell you about one single class, but I can tell you every song, every quartet, every group. Music was my life here at BBC, and we have ties that will absolutely never be broken. If you were part of one of the music groups in the 70s, you would know what I was talking about. It was the music ran really deep, and our ties are very strong. And I guess that's all, because I'm pretty shy. So what else to say?
Yeah.
I'm Ivy Travis Harper. I graduated from BBC with a music performance major. I met my husband here, and he was the managing editor of the Baptist Bible Tribune for 18 years. Well, that 18 years, he went on a mission trip to East Asia with 9 guys from High Street, and he came back with a whole different call on his life. So we have been in China now for 4 years. We're on furlough. We go back in January. And I have to reiterate what everyone else has said. We all have loved Kathy, loved being in Liberty Bells. We all wanted to be like her. We just thought she was amazing, and she still is. So she was a stabilizing force in our lives when we were young, and she wasn't really that much older than us, but she was a solid rock. So thanks. It's been a blast singing these songs again.
Oh,
is right.